Jay-Z's accuser did an interview with NBC News. This is a W for Jay-Z. We're going to break it down. We're going to talk about it. I'm 7Day. I drop videos every day. Hit that notification bell. Hit that subscribe button. Let's go. You tuned in to the 7Day Theory. Hard body, hard spirit.
You should always advocate for yourself and be a voice for yourself. You should never let what somebody else did ruin or run your life.
A 38-year-old mother from Alabama who has filed a lawsuit accusing Sean Diddy Combs and Jay-Z of raping her when she was 13 years old is speaking out to NBC News for the first time. She asked us not to reveal her identity.
What made you want to come forward and talk today?
Because I think that I've been quiet long enough about what I've been through, and it's been hard enough to be quiet, but it's a chapter of my life that I'd like to close.
An NBC News review of her account found inconsistencies with her allegations. She says that she went to the MTV Video Music Awards in 2000 to catch a glimpse of her favorite celebrities.
You weren't scared to be all alone?
No, with having autism is like feeling like you live your life in a shatterproof juggle ball. The world's on fire. The fire is inside the ball with you, but there's no way for you to get out.
In addition to having autism, the woman says she suffered a head injury. The night of the 2000s VMAs, she says a friend drove her from Rochester, New York to Manhattan, a more than 5-hour drive. Her attorney provided NBC News with the name of the friend who has since died. The woman says she spoke to Combs' limo driver, who offered her a ride to an after party.
I stumbled upon Diddy's driver, who told me that I was exactly what Diddy was looking for.
What did you think when he said that to you?
I thought it meant that I was just pretty.
She went to a White House, she says, where she spoke to musicians Benji Madden and his brother.
I'm talking to Benji Madden about his tattoo because, I have about his tattoo that's the Last Supper, because I have a religious background, so it was just something to talk about.
In a statement to NBC News, a representative of the Maddens confirmed that they did not attend the 2000 VMAs and that they were on tour in the Midwest at the time. At the after party, she says she had a drink that made her feel woozy. Then she says Combs and Carter took turns raping her while a female celebrity watched.
JC comes in and rapes me. He at that point I was fighting, trying to get away from him, and he put his hand over my mouth and told me to stop it, cut the.
After the alleged rape, she says she ran to a gas station where she called her father, who picked her up and drove her home.
We rode home in silence. He didn't ask me what happened. He didn't ask me what I did or where I was. In
an interview with NBC News, her father said he could not verify the claims. Quote, "I felt like I would remember that, and I don't. I have a lot going on, but I mean, that's something that would definitely stick in my mind," he said. When we asked the woman about the contradictions in a phone interview on Friday, she said that she stands by her statements. "I have made some mistakes," she said. "Honestly, what is the clearest is what happened to me." The inconsistencies in her account of an incident alleged to have happened 24 years ago does not necessarily mean the allegations are false. The accuser's attorney, Tony Busby, said, "Because we have interrogated her intensely, she has even agreed to submit to a polygraph. This has been extremely distressing for her, to the point she has experienced seizures and had to seek medical treatment due to the stress." In a statement to NBC News, Sean Carter said this incident didn't happen, and yet he filed it in court and doubled down in the press. "True justice is coming. We fight from victory, not for victory."
Is any part of you scared coming out against such powerful people?
Yeah, I'm scared of what could happen, but I'm more afraid of letting it eat me alive from the inside out than I am of being chastised by their
What up, y'all? You tuned in to the 7-Day Theory. Horror body, horror spirit. Check this. Jay-Z's accuser, as y'all just witnessed, did an interview with NBC News. And this is an L for her. This is an L for her and her lawyer. This is a dub for Jay-Z and his lawyer and his team for this case. First of all, the elephant in the room. She lied about who she seen and talked to that night. Y'all seen it? Y'all seen it in the clip. She allegedly talked to, or she said she talked to Benji Madden. Now, I don't even know who that guy is. The first time I heard of Benji Madden. But she said he had a Last Supper tattoo on his forearm, and she was talking to him because she believes in God and has a religious background. And she said she talked to this guy. Well, guess what? Benji Madden was on tour in the Midwest. Wasn't nowhere near New York at all. So already off rip, right there is a bold-faced lie. Then they contact her father. Her father. Now, y'all heard she had somebody drive her. She has said she had somebody drive her 5 hours. She lived 5 hours away from where the VMAs was going on. I think it was New Jersey, and the VMAs was like in Manhattan. She drove 5 hours. After this alleged assault, she went to the gas station, used the phone. Her dad she would have had to wait there for 5 hours for her dad to pick her up, and then drive 5 hours back. Now if you picked up your kid, I'm a parent. If you picked up your kid, if your kid called you from somewhere, from a gas station, late at night, who knows? I don't even know what time. I don't even know if she said what time it was. It had to be late as hell. If you went and picked your kid up, your 13-year-old kid, from someplace 5 hours away where she don't never be, that y'all don't live, 5 hours away, and had to drive 5 hours back home, and she said they didn't speak of it. She didn't bring it up. He didn't ask her what happened. Nothing. He didn't ask you nothing. Girl, he ain't ask you nothing. Come on now. I'm a father. I got boys and girls. There ain't no way a real parent ain't gonna say shit about that. And not only are they not gonna say, they're not just gonna not say nothing about it, they're gonna remember it. You will remember a 5-hour drive in the middle of the night, probably past 1, 2 in the morning, whatever, 3 in the morning. You're going to remember picking your kid up, no matter if it was 20, 30, 40 years ago. You're going to be like, damn, yeah, I remember that night I had to drive 5 hours to come get you. Then we had to drive 5 hours back. I was on the road for 10 hours. You would remember that, bro. The dad came out and said he don't recall nothing like that at all. Right? Then she comes out, right? She comes out and does an interview. For one, what's the point of doing an interview? They can hear your voice, but you don't show your face. What was the point of doing an interview then? Tell me, what was the point of the interview? For you to go up to this news station, this national news station, and let them hear your voice, but cover just show my shadow and a piece of my arm and stomach. Like, what the fuck is, like, what? That don't even make sense to me. And look, and this is where, like, you can clearly tell just from hearing her talk. See, this is the difference between reading something in black and white and the same, like, when you read a text message, and the difference from, like, reading a text message and talking to somebody on the phone. You can't get their tone. You don't know how they sound. You can't get their vibe. When you read something on paper, like how people was reading the civil lawsuit, you don't get a vibe for that person at all. You're interpreting the words how you interpret them. But when someone actually says them, and you can see them on camera, or you can hear, we couldn't see her, but you could hear her voice, and you can hear how she sounds. That whole interview, I'm giving her the side eye. Like, what? Like, none of it, I didn't believe not a fucking thing that came out this girl's mouth. Not one thing. Her whole vibe, the whole vibe was off. The whole vibe was giving, I'm making this shit the fuck up for a bag. That's what the whole vibe was getting. And that's the difference between reading something on black and white and actually somebody in front of your face, or you can see them or hear their voice in live in 4K or in person in the flesh, right? You can get a vibe, you can get a feeling. I'm a Virgo. I'm big on feelings. I'm big on empathy. I can feel other people's feelings. This does not sound right at all. Like, not in the slightest. And I think this is why Jay-Z is coming out so strongly. Like, you can tell from his statements, he is very, very confident that this incident never took place at all. It never happened. And he is very confident that he will either beat this case or have it thrown out, because this is looking like it's all a fucking lie. And see, this is what fucks up real victims. Real victims. First of all, real victims, they're, because of chicks like this, they're insecure and coming out not only from being a victim, right? From having this thing happen to them that either they was ashamed of or feel guilty, even though it wasn't their fault. They feel ashamed to come out and tell their story because it's a shameful thing that was done to them, even though they didn't do nothing wrong. They got that going against them. Real victims do. But then they also got people like this that come out and lie about situations that really didn't happen. Now real victims will be scared to come out because, oh well, shit, if I come out, ain't nobody gonna believe me anyway. So then they got that going against them as far as not seeking justice. And trust me, I am a proponent of justice. I am 100% zero tolerance on abuse of women, any kind. I respect women to the fullest. I was raised by a single mother. I respect women totally. So I believe women, any woman that gets abused or assaulted or anything, should get justice, and should be respected. And we should listen to real victims. But girls like this, this got to be vetted better, because you could. I don't know how this lawyer even took the case after hearing this lady and seeing all the inconsistencies in her story. How do you even go forward with this case? Jay-Z is right, because he said this shouldn't even have been. He doubled down. Busby, the girl's lawyer, doubled down, and Jay-Z said he had never took this case because it never fucking happened. It's a bunch of made up lies. But like I said, I'm a proponent of, like, this is fucking it up for real victims. Because now when they gonna be scared to come out or be hesitant to come out and say something that happened to them, because, all right, what if I say something and don't nobody believe me? Now I'm embarrassed because everybody knows that this thing happened to me, and for what? Because no one believed me, and they never got justice. So yeah, I like I said, I respect women to the utmost. Abuse of women of any kind is cowardly. It's pussy to me. I don't do it. I don't stand for it, and I protect women. When I was 18, there was a quick little story. When I was 18, there was these two females I was like acquaintances with. I had none of these girls. There was two girls. Both of them I never messed with. They messed with like a couple of my friends. One night they was being followed by a car. A group full of white dudes was following them and like harassing them, yelling at, telling like they weren't trying to get them to pull over, telling them they was gonna fuck them, like they was gonna assault them in a sexual manner. And they drove to the police station. They left. The dude still was following them. They called me. I had them pull into a parking lot. The dudes and as soon as we pulled into the parking lot, the dudes was really following these girls. They pulled like 5 seconds later. The guys that was following them ended up coming and pulling literally right beside us. I rolled my window down, and these women were not. I didn't know them for a long time, nothing like that. I had just met them maybe like a month ago, But they were, when they called me, they were scared. I could hear it in their voice. They were scared as fuck. So I'm like, all right, pick me up. They pick me up. We pull in. They pull in. I roll down the window. I'm like, why the fuck is y'all bothering these girls? You got them scared. Leave them the fuck alone. They start getting smart. We start arguing. I get out the car. They get out. The biggest motherfucker in the car get out. We start rumbling. They jump me. But I say that to say that story is because that's how I feel about women. They're women. Women can get scared easily. They're not weak, but there's men that can overpower women. And when that's like a bully situation, they should be protected. And I'm the type of man that will protect a woman if I come across that situation. But this is something completely different. This is some cash grab bullshit. You can just feel it. You can just feel it. Let me know in the comments though what y'all think. Y'all think Jay-Z is innocent? Do you think this girl's telling the truth, or do you think she's lying? Let me know in the comments. Don't forget to like, comment, share, subscribe. 7 Day. I'm out.